Okay, guys, I'm back and got rid of the fringe because I've been in lockup and I haven't been able to get a haircut, fringe cut, and it's driving me insane. For my American viewers, bangs. I haven't been able to get my bangs cut or my bang. Okay, so the guides seem to be having a theme here about the energy that we hold, about the energy that we just give away to everybody, the energy that we don't realize that we are putting out, the energy outputs that we are, and how it affects everything and everyone, and how we have a choice. We actually have a choice for what it is that we wish. Often we might think that we don't have those choices, but actually we do, because they are energetic exchanges. So what is it that you wish to exchange? What is it that you wish to give out? Because they've always said it's like a boomerang. Whatever you give out is the exact gift that you choose to get straight back. And with this one that they gave me last night, they were speaking about physical weight and why people have physical weight, but at the same time about the starving people in the world, or those people that are bulimic, that have those eating disorders. So on one side of the coin, you've got too much weight, and on the other side, you've got too little weight. So the balance is no longer there on either. Weight is such a sensitive issue for so many people that I was thinking, I don't even want to discuss this because it's just going to be like red flag. And then I read through it and I thought, well, they always give me stuff for a reason. And if it helps one person, then my job's done. So here we go. So last night I said to them, "Hi team, many thanks for the downloads. As I now am aware of them, I actually feel them physically." So I don't know if you guys have been getting the same, but I seem to have almost like you've been plugged into an electrical output, and it's like a little buzzing of a little vibration, and they come out of my this left hand, and then they run through my body on like just that like hum, and then I can feel it on my left foot, and I'm not even aware of it because normally it doesn't happen. Then suddenly you feel that little humming again and you think, oh, there it goes again. And they said what those are downloads or upgrades. And you know, it's incredible because as I'm getting them, it's like it's another layer and another layer being taken off. And I'm seeing things that I didn't see before, that I didn't really understand before. So I understand at a deeper level. I'm not as self-righteous as I used to be because of this. It's quite interesting. If people had said this to me a year ago, that you would think differently about this or that, I'd say there's no way I'm changing my mind. No, that's it. But now I learn to say, this is what I believe today with the knowledge that I have. But tomorrow, with new knowledge, it might be a completely different thing. So you've got to be open. You've got to be open to receive. So here we go. Many thanks for the downloads, because I'm now aware of them as I feel them physically. I have been so very, very tired and having incredible dreams, and then remembering those dreams so vividly. Early this morning, I woke from the one where you were teaching me about the collective consciousness. It has totally changed my mind about what I decide to engage in. and where I place my energy. And now that I have literally had an energy shift, my energy had shifted from out there, from all those problems, all those sites, all those rabbit holes. And it's shifted from there to in, to here, back to myself. And back to my energetic being, back to my being something. You tell me back to basics. This is very basic knowledge that needs to be taught, because where your energy flows, that is how your being grows. So what are you being for? Your being. Love that. I love it. Okay, so what else can you tell me tonight? Love. Oh, you want to discuss love with me? Well, they say this is used every day by you humans. Oh, I love these shoes. I love this car. I love this girl. Oh, I just love these clothes. It is a word used so often that it has lost its value. So many things to love. And yet, what of love of the self? What of love of the being that you are? We see so many sad, depressed, unfit, unhealthy beings. And they all want to be loved. But the reason that they are unfit and unhealthy are that they are, as you humans say, looking for love in all the wrong places. They need to go back to basics. And in this case, they need to start with the home base, and that is themselves. No one is going to be able to love them the way they want to be loved until they love themselves. How they treat another is to be inspected. For is this how they treat themselves? And why are they unfit? What is making them unhealthy? What is their health to them? Guys, what is your health to you? What does it mean to you to be healthy? What is fitness? This is a question that these humans need to ponder on. Your humanity has reached a state where the areas of abundance have people starving for self-love, but an abundance of excess weight on the outside. And yet we have other nations with lots of self-love, but the people are starving. How is this allowed between humans, between flesh and blood of the same species? where one carries in excess and another carries so little. If there could be a balance between the two, would this be something to think on? And as our writer writes this down, she has a feeling that some hearing our words will feel shame for the excess weight that they are holding. And she says to us, she doesn't wish anyone to feel shame or shamed. But we would like the listeners listening to this to see the imbalance, not only in themselves, but in the world. For excuses are many. And lately she heard a comment that said, do not make a negative comment unless you can provide a positive solution. So, what would be the positive solution to these two opposing factors? For both are accumulated as a problem by man's greed. Greed for more in one and greed over the other. Greed is a word that is not desirable. It is a word that is used as a derogatory one, and it has a certain tone to it. But greed of wealth is as bad as greed of ill health. Why would one not attend to one's emotional state? And as we said this to one, as we said this to this one, if not now, then when? When one does not attend to the emotions, one can become terribly underweight or terribly overweight. Neither are productive for the human being. Both are taxatious to the form. So we say it's time to take stock of yourselves. It's time for the lazy to get moving. It's time to clean up and out your emotions and face these difficult decisions. And when we have said in the past and say now to take a stand, to make a stand and stand for something, and we say, stand for yourselves. We say this so that you stop wasting time. You stop treading water, for you go nowhere when you tread water. You are robbing yourselves of joy in every moment that you do not stand for yourselves. When you do, you then come back to balance. You come back and you come to the middle, not to the left, not to the right, but centered. By not making a decision, it taxes you emotionally and physically. Then you are physically carrying the weight of the indecision, or losing sleep, or losing weight, losing your health through your indecisiveness. See, I'm struggling to read my own words here because I write so fast. Okay, so let's see. By not making a decision, it taxes you emotionally and physically. If you're not, because you're just carrying it all the time, you're just not making a decision. Why would you just carry it? And then you're physically carrying this physical weight of the indecision and losing sleep, and then either losing weight, and that taxes your health through your indecisiveness. They said it's time to take stock. We need our light workers to be coherent, to be able to hear our words, to be able to hear their thoughts. What are their thoughts saying to them? What are your thoughts saying to you guys? It is time to filter the thoughts, write the thoughts down, and see where those thoughts originated from. So are those thoughts coming from that energy field that we spoke about with the collective consciousness? Are they your thoughts? Are they somebody else's thoughts? What are your thoughts? Write them down. Now that you know the origin, the work can begin. So, have you been holding on to thoughts about yourself that another has bestowed upon you? Family, friends, work colleagues. So somebody said something derogatory, and now you're carrying that. But it comes from elsewhere. It doesn't come from you. What do you think about you? They said, or are these assumptions, and you just feel that they're thinking something. And so you're carrying the assumption that holds no weight, but now you are holding the weight. And that is why we said before, to be an archaeologist, start digging. For when you dig, you're going to unearth great treasure. And so one should go back to basics, at least once a week. We have spoken before of you all making an appointment with yourselves. Remember ages ago they said that we should make an appointment once a week with ourselves and have time, date ourselves, see what we like, do something fabulous, listen to ourselves. Speak to yourself like you would speak to a lover. Find out what's going on. How was your day? Okay. They said, make an appointment with yourself. Give time to yourself to hear yourself. Remove yourself from distracting sounds and interruptions and start writing. Write all the things that are worrying you down. And next to each one, place a possible solution. You're going to find most problems have more than one solution. You're going to be able to find a friend and ask them, what would they do to solve that certain problem? Which way they may do it. It may be a different one to what you've considered. And it may just give you a different perspective. This is now the time for responsibility of the self. When one takes this role seriously, meaning this life, this mission, when you take it seriously, then one has great access to the repository, for there will have been an exchange of energy. So remember this energy field that's got everything, the geniuses, the brilliant minds, you know, those cooks and chefs, the artists, the musicians, the creatives, the writers, the thinkers, all of that is in that energy field. It's a repository. We are all connected to it for that collective consciousness. And you can just dip in. What is it that you want to take out of that? How do you want to fill yourselves up? Do you want to go down all those rabbit holes, making yourself miserable, wasting time? Or do you want to be proactive? Right. So when one takes this role seriously, then one has great access to the repository, for there will have been an exchange of energy. And When you exchange that energy, the energy is no longer the same. The problems that one thought one had now hold a different vibration. A different vibration gets attached to it. And so you now have literally shifted your energy and your frequency. And it all comes from a self-assessment where one no longer uses excuses. No longer uses excuses for any given situation. Removes one's blinkers and is actually honest and forthright about the situation. This is how you create change. Are you ready to make the change? Or will you just continue carrying the weight, both emotionally, mentally, and physically, for another week, another month, another year? Guys, it's up to you. It's totally up to you how you decide to live your life, whether you are prepared to change. So you can continue to play the broken down record of how terrible everything is, or you can do something about it. We can't change the others. We can change ourselves. We can live in this red hot moment and live it with joy. You will always find the joy in something. Remember, they said, wash the dishes and see the bubbles. See those little bubbles of light with all those radiating lights, like a dragonfly's wing, with all the prettiness. Do something really mundane. Look at the sky, lie on your back and watch the clouds. Look at the beauty all around you. So it's time for change. They want us to be light. They want us to be quick. They want us to be able to access the energy field, the collective consciousness, with the good things, with the positive things, with the light things, with the fabulous things. So why are you continuing to make it heavy when you've actually got a choice? You don't have to go left and right. Let's go forward. Let's go forward with old-fashioned words, vim and vigor. We can do this. Okay, guys? I'm very excited about this because now that I'm looking at it differently, I realize that's where our power is. We really, truly have power. So it's time to generate that power, hold that power, don't give it away. And when I mean give it away, don't give it away to somebody else, some other situation. But because it gets replenished all the time, let's give the good stuff into the field. Let's be joy germs. Let's generate some joy. Okay, guys? That's all for now. Lots of love. Cheers.